air tickets, but now we can use our mobile phone. We need to look at a paper map in order to find our way, but now we have GPS to guide where we go. And then we also need to use body language to speak to the local people. I cannot speak Korean. So when I go to Korea, I need to use body language to talk to the local people. But now we have the translations. We have all the different kinds of translators to help us to translate. So we can now realize technology really helps us to change our travel behavior. And now look at your mobile phone. We have AI, we have Internet of Things, we have cloud, we have all different kinds of technology. So we realize the future will be, everything will be connecting together, and our travel experience will be even more further. So today's topic is very interesting because now we would like to see how AI will incorporate with smart tourism technology, and then how it changes our tourism behavior. And of course, we have our very honored professor from Korea. So let me introduce Professor Choo-Moo Koo a little bit. So Professor Koo is from South Korea, Hyung-hee, is it Hyung-hee? I cannot pronounce Korean very well. Hyung-hee University, from the College of Hospitality and Tourism Management, and he is also one of the top researchers. He's the top 2% researchers in the world on hospitality and tourism research. And of course, one thing I always need to mention, he is the founding editor and the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Smart Tourism. So if any one of you are working on this topic, submit the paper to this journal. This is a very, very good journal, right? Okay, so I don't want to keep you so much time, so I would like to pass the time to Professor Choo-Moo on his topic about AI, AI-powered smart tourism 2.0, a 10 years retrospective and updated model. So we will take a time machine going back to the past and look at how Professor Choo-Moo would like to give us a new perspective about tourism. This will be a very interesting and inspiring session. So I would like to, let's have a round of applause to welcome Professor Choo.
Hello everyone. Takeo. I'm very glad to present here ICSLHM. Wow. 我来自韩国真西大学教授。我叫朱杰某 and 我的研究应用电气旅游、职业旅游 and 饭店管理。认真学中文。Today, our title is AI-powered smart tourism 2.0, a 10-year retrospective and updated model. Okay, and briefly introduce myself. I consecutively since 2021 up to 2024, 4 years, I was awarded the top 2% research by Stanford University and elsewhere. And as you see, this is a smart tourism's foundation and development. The first paper on smart tourism is now cited over 3,000, which is not bad. Okay, everybody knows this term, paradigm shift. This term is all familiar with paradigm shift, published by Thomas Kuhn, Structure of a Scientific Revolution. Oh.
Thank you so much. 好，大家好，我是韩国庆熙大学饭店与观光管理酒店的教授具铁模。那我的研究领域是电子旅游、智慧旅游以及饭店管理。今天很荣幸见到大家，感谢各位的邀请。我今天要报告的研究主题是 AI 驱动的智慧旅游2.0，10年的模型回顾以及更新。那我曾在2021年到2024年的期间，连续被史丹佛大学跟 Elsevier 出版社评选为全球前2% 的研究人员。 我的首篇智慧旅游相关的研究文章已经获得超过3000次的引用。
Okay, it's not very artificial intelligence. Okay, the keyword, the most familiar keyword, paradigm shift. That keyword are all you are familiar with. Okay, and this keyword is introduced by Thomas Kuhn, the structure of scientific revolution in 1962. He brings this keyword and the meaning of the paradigm. Everybody knows that is universally acceptable norm or fact or value. So everybody agree with that the situation phenomenon is paradigm. So paradigm actually so one of the successful paradigm in history is Ptolemy's paradigm. He introduced geocentric model, which is Earth is standing there and then Sun is turning around the Earth, right? That is geocentric model versus 1,000 years, 1,000 almost nearly 400 years later, Niccolo Copernicus introduced again heliocentric model, which is Sun standing there and Earth is turning around the Sun, and totally is upside down. But that is before 1/1400 is geocentric model. Is normal science. So everything is doing research based on the geocentric model. Suddenly, the anomaly occurred by the Niccolo Copernicus. There is a quite crisis since Niccolo Copernicus and Kepler there, Galileo there. Galileo almost almost died because of this theory, and up to Newton's Principia. It's almost 144 years. It's up and down fluctuation. Which one is right and which one is wrong? And they are crisis there. And finally, there are universally accepted new paradigm. So the paradigm is actually debating and coexist and competition. And finally, the wrong paradigm is gone away and new paradigm comes out. There's a new model here from Newton, Isaac Newton to Einstein. It's a new paradigm.
好，首先我要先向大家介绍典范转移的这个概念。那 Thomas Kuhn 教授在他1962年的著作《The Structure of Scientific Revolutions》中，首次提出了这个典范转移的概念。那所谓典范，指的就是在特定的时代中，人们普遍接受的一个信念以及观点。那历史上比较成功的例子是托勒密所提出的地心说模型。那这个理论在当时其实是被广泛接受的，并且延续了大约有1400年。那直到1543年的时候，哥白尼在他的著作《天体运行论》中提出了一个新的典范，叫做日心说，与原本的宇宙观其实是非常颠覆的。那在接下来的144年中，还出现了克普勒、伽利略、牛顿等人的研究，因此这整段时期可以被形容成一个充满危机、不确定性以及激烈辩论的年代。那最终则是随着牛顿的出现，这整场的典范转移才算是正式的完成。旧的错误的典范已经离开，那现在已经正式成为新的典范，那开始了一个新的科学时代，为我们宇宙建立起一个新的常态。
Okay. Now we are understanding pretty much well about the terms paradigm shift. And the paradigm shift actually influenced to Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. He invented the binary system, binary code, in 1679. He got an idea of binary. It's quite similar with like a man and woman, night and day. Actually, he receiving the Chinese old ancient I Ching, the frame new 64 the hexagram diagram, and wow, what a coincidence! He's got idea of binary code, and the ancient China already, they are invented binary systems. Anyway, Leibniz a binary system, and then 170 years later, George Boole, he made a law of sort, which is about A and B. The true only when both A and B are true. Or operation is A, either or B is true. Not operation, not true if A is false and false if A is true. This is, he got an idea based on Leibniz binary code, and then later and later, 100 years later, Claude Shannon, he got his master degree thesis, not the doctoral degrees. Master degree thesis, he introduced a digital circuit theory, which is actually passing 4 different types of the format delivered to the electronically to the opposite side, and quite successful. And that's open up the modern computing era. Is Claude Shannon.
那现在让我们来谈到数字领域的典范转移。William Leibniz 于1679年首次提出了二进位制的这个概念。那170年后 ，George Boole 在他所撰写的思想法则中发展出了布尔的代数，并引入了 and、or、not 的逻辑运算。那 and 运算指的是当 A 与 B 的值均为真实，结果为真。那 or 运算指的是当 A 或 B 其中之一的结果为真实，最后的结果会是真的。那 not 运算指的是当 A 的值为假时，结果为真，而当 A 的值为真实，结果为假。那个理论基础后续也在1937年由 Claude Shannon 透过数位电路理论得到了验证。那这也开启了一个全新的计算时代。
So 258 years of digital development, and finally, okay, this is a big news last March of 2025. You guys, you know who he is. He's one of the successful computer industry the businessman, and he is once the richest in the world. Now he's a second. Elon Musk is first. Anyway, Bill Gates, he announced that we are going to work only 2 days out of the 7 days. And that 5 days we will, what should we do? This is a big question, actually. Hey, this is the title of the conference, is sports, leisure, tourism, hospitality management. So among the 7 days, 5 days is assigned to the human play, enjoy their life, and only 2 days work by cooperating with the AI. This is a phenomenon forecasting and prediction.
那回到现在 ，Bill Gates 他作为电脑产业中非常成功的人物之一，在今年3月的时候有提出一个预测，未来我们可能1周只需要工作2天，那剩下的5天应该要如何运用呢？那我想这个答案就是在本次会议所聚焦的运动、休闲、观光以及服务产业中。
So let's take a look back again at the paradigm shift in digital 258 years and technological revolution in the last over 4 decades. Today we are living in this 2020s. Generative AI. What is the biggest difference with generative AI and comparing the automation or general typical application? The typical application information system, they doing automatically processing for our work process. The place an order by your computer. That's it. But generative AI, as you know, they copy what we think, what we are act, what even they give me the feedback to me, advice. That's the biggest difference. This AI actually is not a tool. It's not a application. It's a phenomenal revolution, paradigm shift. And 10 years back, to rewind back 10 years, there is a 2010. Actually, Steve Jobs, he introduced the smartphone, and he named after smart. It means 3 components combined. One is internet, another is telecommunication, third is listening to music, his iPod, and he said a name after smartphone, and then short, there is a dumb phone. Dumb is gone away, BlackBerry is gone away, and Nokia is gone, and Sony, Ericsson gone, and even LG, South Korean, the biggest electric company, that dropped their smartphone because of this. And because of this, I am launching Smart Tourism, name after smartphone. Because I learned from here, when I was college days, 2025, something like that, suddenly the internet comes our life. And all business and traditional business, traditional commerce, and they changed the name e-commerce, e-business, e-tourism. And then I realized, why not smart tourism? So this smart tourism actually, back to 2000, is a social media, which is mainly about YouTube and Facebook, sort of things. So role of social media, actually content generation, sharing your contents and online review and posting your photos, right? You know what? Now South Korea is in the middle of a crisis, and the ex-president impeached, and the newly national election come to June 3rd. The traditional broadcasting system doesn't produce the right information, but individually we use social media, Facebook, YouTube, and that country is upside down, and newly national elections again because of technology. Back to 1995, there is, Amazon and Google's. Again, back to 1980s, probably here 1980s, the personal computer comes to our life. Personal computer on top of the desk, so we call that is a desktop. Desktop is a way of processing and work transformed by the tools. So every single decade is a paradigm shift, which is a hugely affect typical business, your life, even tourism.
好，我们的世界每10年都会因为科技进步而经历一场革命。那现在我们正处于一个 AI 的时代，那 AI 它不只是一项工具，而是一个新的典范。它能够理解我们的思维方式、语言表达以及行为模式。正如图上这张时间历程表，在10年前，智慧型手机很深刻地影响我们的日常生活、商业模式以及旅游方式。而再回溯到10年前，则是 YouTube 还有 Facebook 等社群媒体的崛起。那这些平台改变了我们的创造内容、沟通交流的方式。那在1995年，则是 Google 以及 Amazon 的时代。网际网络对我们的影响也是非常深刻。那在1980年代呢，则是个人电脑的出现，改变了我们的工作方式。可以看出，在过去40年来，每10年的科技进步都会为我们带来一次新的典范，影响我们的生活、工作以及商业。
Let's catch it. 至于 Leo, smart tourism. Once again, I addressed the importance of the old ancient Chinese book, I Ching, the book of change. The Western translate I Ching as book of change. Korean's Juyeo, Yeopgyong. And you know that it's a Pang, Pung Ji Guan, Pung is wind, Ji is land. On top of the land, the wind is going around. That means tourism. So with tourism, we choose the selection of the destination, which is a beautiful place, which is a fun place, which is the ancient, building, whatever. This is Pung Ji Guan. It's here. And here, Liu is Plaza Liu is with a fire on top of the mountain, and Liu is movement. And here, Su Cheng Su is Shik Yalla is eating, drinking, feasting, and enjoy. The important thing is the 3 key terms of our field: tourism, travel, and banking are all appeared in the ancient Chinese I Ching book. That means, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, we don't know exactly when I Ching appear to our history. But anyway, those are times the people and 21st century in digital way, the people's nature and his instinct is alike. So look at this is keyword. 방광, 반철, 반망, 반점, 반영, 달광, 민관, 장가. It's a quite different pronunciation, but the concept, Taiwanese, Japanese, Korean, is the same. We are just similar concept we sharing. You look at this is your passenger, airplane, 여객선, hotel, and 여권, and 여비, 여단, and 여객, and 연수. Probably you guys approximately understand these keywords. That means this keyword originated from two keywords in ancient China, I Ching, and delivered up to modern life in 21st century. This is amazing. That means the way of living, way of traveling, the concept originated from old history. We enjoy that. That means we are never changed that times and up to now. This is a phenomenon. So this is your history. Made tourism, travel, and banking. Westerners probably they don't know where they come from, and they are talking about the travel tourism is in 16th century or something. Roman Empire is cross over the mountain, the Arcus, and then the Swiss guys they provided very well banquet hospitality for Roman Imperial soldiers, and that's why they're so famous of the Switzerland is banquet and hospitality. They're hoteliers and they educated because of that origins. Roman Empire cross over the mountain, Arcus. However, before 1,000 years before, the Chinese already developed the concept of Huang and Yo and banquet. Is it amazing, isn't it?
韩国、台湾、中国以及日本对于观光、旅行和宴会这三个词的使用方式是相同的。那这些词最早可以追溯到过去所写的《易经》，像封闭关这三个字指的就是观光，火山旅指的则是旅行，水天虚这三个字指的则是宴会。那左边这张紫色的图提到的则是与观光相关的词汇，而右边则是与旅游相关的词汇，这些都是出自于《易经》。而沿用到现在，意思也都相同，所以这意味着数千年前和现在的人实际上是共享着相同的核心概念。罗马在1960年代才开始有旅行等等的概念，而早在1000年前，中国就已经有了相同的概念，来自于《易经》。那这也表示，即使在经过3000年前，我们人类最终的概念其实是不会改变的。
So far I'm talking about the Guangguang and Yoyang is this term we made and created a long time ago. I am interested because we are not different from the past and up to modern times. There is Guangguang. But we adding the terms as smart. And the smart is a role of technology and IT enabled tourism, IT enabled tourism experience, IT assisted tourism choice and recommendation. That's the is original concept of smart tourism. And once again, I'm going to introduce a new illustration figures. This is our brain. What is the biggest difference between the ancient and the 21st century? We are now understanding where the emotion come from. We are now understanding where the emotional arousal, created. It is your brain here, 5 senses. Third sense. This is eye, ear, nose, smell, and tongue, and body, skin. This is perceived object which is tourist place, tourist things, tourist dining, and the feel unconsciously, not consciously, unconsciously, because a beautiful woman passing by me and my eyes of attention. It's not my conscious, it is unconsciously. That is a human being, it's an instinct. So tourism context is unconsciously like the place. And then your brain here, your brain is intelligence, understanding that this is unconscious situation. Okay, and then they try to think about which one is, the things. Like it is Gerald Edelman, his Nobel Prize award is 1972 is published books, Intelligence, how consciously perceive unconscious stuff. This is intelligence actually AI, artificial intelligence. 21st century will replace this place. So actually this intelligence is, before 1980, personal computer replaced here. For what? Work process. And internet replaced here. For what? Processing and internet. And smartphone is wireless connection and impersonal behavior. And now AI replacing here. What is the biggest difference? Nothing difference. The thing is now, this is intelligence is we can say human intelligence. And artificial intelligence is non-human intelligence. So this is the human being and the animal is alike we have together. But what is this difference in human and the animal? It's a reason. We educate at least your professors, right? There's a role of professors as a role of students. Anyway, we have educated people ethically, morally, and sort of thing, what is right, what is wrong, sort of things. So this is the ethical part. Usually I can say it's a hospitality context. Hospitality is a receiving guest from host. Host and guest is interaction. We are serve hospitality to the unknown people. There is receiving transactions of money instead of hospitality. That is reasonability. Okay? That's the right. That's the legal, that's a hospital. So this is a connection of the tourism senses, intelligence, and the reasonability, and then applying to behavior. Some artists is creative, contents and paintings. Some musicians produce the music songs. This processing. In tourism context, hospitality context and leisure context, we are applying the behavior, tourism behavior, hospitality behavior, and leisure behavior. However, this is individual layer, but we are living in the situation of a social and Taiwanese social community. So we are affected by culture, social norm, education, religion, technology development. These are belonging your individual trait. So not only we are learning by myself, but also we are affected by the society. So this society influence to your individual choice, and then finally lead your behavior. This is 21st century, we understanding of human brain, how it works actually.
那我们必须了解我们人类，透过了解人类大脑的运作方式，去理解当今的观光旅行以及服务产业。那 sense 代表的是我们的感官，像是眼睛、耳朵、鼻子、舌头、皮肤等等的。那正是透过这些感官，我们才可以去了解自然，体验世界，产生自然的反应。就像在观光产业中的概念一样，我们对于一个目的地的感受是自然产生的，不是受到我们人体所控制的。那有了感官之后，再通过情绪的思考，我们会开始认知到自己的感受。那过去在这个部分，我们会受到网际网络的影响，或是手机。那现在则是受到 AI 或是其他科技的外部协助。那最后则是教育的部分，我们会透过教育学习到文化、社会规范、宗教、科技等等的，这些都会影响我们的思维方式。从最一开始的自己学习到受社会影响，最后就会形成我们的旅游行为。
So let's talk about the term smart. Smart actually, they're composed or comprised of science, engineering, technology together. Let's talk about the science. What is the science? Science is the way of look at the cause and result on Earth. That is, natural phenomenon. Like, Galileo, after inspired by Nicola Copernicus, and look at the celestial, okay, using of the tools, telescope. And years later, Marie Curie, she using of microscope and look into the Earth, and she identified and categorized the uranium, and which is made a bomb. So that is a scientific era. And again, after that, people think about the engineering and develop the manufacturing and factories, and there is product and solution based. And again, with the technology, with technique is Greek terms, is crafting business. So science, engineering, technology is converged into one device that is we call it smart. And smart is a smart tourism. I brought and adopted the keyword, the visionary development. Vision is concept understanding of horizon, the growth pattern. Look at this, it's a grass here, and the tree root here, and it goes up to the sky. This is one solo discipline, like a tourism discipline here. Actually, my degree was management information system in business. And 2012, I transferred to Jingxi Dashi, and I think about, okay, they adopt me because of management information systems. Okay, do I research from now on tourism IT? No. I see now is a paradigm shift changing from e-tourism to smart tourism. So I added smart tourism. So smart tourism plus is IT here. So it's horizontally spanning to the outer area. It's not a physical integration, but the chemical integration. So I'm naming and labeling the smart tourism, which is something creative of process and creative of content generation, sort of things. So I think smart tourism characteristic is integration of tourism and ICT, but labeling is another terms. Okay.
我们现在要来探讨智慧旅游中智慧的部分。那过去我们会用科学来解释自然，例如伽利略、哥白尼等人所提出的发明。那工程则是用来介绍工具以及事物，而科技则可以让这一切运作得更加顺畅、更有技巧性。这一切都汇总成了智慧旅游中智慧的部分。而智慧旅游不只是把资讯科技机械式的加在旅游业中，更像是一场化学的反应。就如同图上这个根茎的概念一样，智慧旅游主要是横向的发展，像观光、旅游、休闲这些都是不同的，跟向外扩散去横向连接，产生一个全新的形式以及关系。
So look at this, it's a one tree, it's a tourism here. You're adding sports, you're adding leisure, you're adding hospitality. It's not the vertical stuff, it's a horizontal spanning to the other related area. So for example, here in Korea, it's a K-pop, K-drama, it's an entertainment business. Actually, it's not related to the tourism business the other days, but now entertainment business is inspiring people to come to Korea. This is a physical move from mentally to inspiring mental to the physically to visiting Korea. So it's a resonative, revolution. Okay, here you go. The smart tourism I wrote firstly in 2015 with my colleagues. And what is the biggest difference smart tourism and e-tourism? E-tourism is transforming from traditional way of working, and e-tourism is showing the transparency price of the hotel and information. So e-tourism is a revolution of the supply chain, supplied by a hotel, supplied by a restaurant. So we're comparing the price, and we can choose from at home. That's the e-tourism. Now smart tourism is changing is we bring the smartphone and take photo uploading to your Facebook and Instagram. which is generating data. Data is collection, exchange, processing for your purpose. So for example, your telecommunication data, and telecommunication data actually who you are, where you are. And transportation data, how they move, there's a preference. And payment data is how much you spend money. There's an economic point of view. You know, the tourism business, why important is opportunity for making money, job opportunity. So three components combined that make destination more smart destination. On top of the smart destination, we provide smart business ecosystem. So these days in Taiwan, we call the Uber, not Didi. Okay, Uber. And when move around, yesterday I've been to the National Chinese, the Taiwanese Museum. And the other day is how to access the National Tourism Museum with the public. But I did without the language barrier. There's the smart business ecosystem. And then on top of that is a smart experience. This is all about the experience, but with a smartphone. Smartphone is giving me the accuracy, prices, and then experience, which is great. So the difference between the e-tourism and smart tourism is generating data, and which tell us the location, tell us the preference, tell us the pattern. That's a smart tourism.
这是我在2015年发表的关于智慧旅游的学术论文。那在这篇研究中，我们说明了智慧旅游以及传统电子旅游之间的差异。那过去的传统电子旅游，我们主要的供应商则是来自于饭店等等的。那现在智慧旅游，它不仅是指使用了数位工具，像是手机等等，而是要去了解该如何去产生、共享以及处理数据，再运用这些数据来打造一个智慧旅游的目的地。那基于这个概念，我们也希望建构一个智慧的商业生态系统，最终能让旅客体验到真正的智慧旅游。
So look at that. Since I published 2015 the paper, this is number one, and rapidly grow the citation numbers from by region. Okay, first 3 years there's America, China, Europe, and Australia, and a little bit South America. And 3 years later, another term is expand to where? Middle East. And another, basically 3 years term is, where is it? Russia. So that paper I published is quite successful and influenced to other area, information technology as well as tourism and other area as well. So look at this. This paper I published with with my teams in 2018. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Thank you. 自从我的研究发表之后，受到世界各地学者的引用，也反映出这个在智慧旅游领域已经成为一个渐进基础性的研究成果。那左边这张竖线图可以看出，从2015年到2023年期间被引用的次数其实是持续上升的。那右边这3张图主要是将10年分为3个区间，从引用的区域分布可以看出，最初这个智慧旅游的概念主要是受到欧洲、美洲以及亚洲学者的关注，那后续也陆续受到中东两南美地区的深入研究。那在过去3年中，俄罗斯的学者引用次数也是有所上升。
So once again, I produced the framework of data course, smart destination, smart business ecosystem, and smart experience, which is very much conceptual. But I provide again the architecture, how we can be able to realize the smart tourism. Definitely we need a physical layer, the city, Taipei, but we have to provide a smart destination. That is a smart tourism city. And smart tourism cities provide technological connection, collecting data by CCTV or wireless or other devices, sensory and some network, IoT. And then this data stored in a certain place, a data link. This is manipulated for your business purpose, and with the regulation, policy, and management stuff, and then you can do the business in the smart business ecosystem, which is greatly improve experience layer. So leisure, hospitality, sports, and gathering, your conference. Okay? Again, this experience go back to business layer, governance layer, data layer, and why? We need to develop like AI. We learning by the data. Okay, so we can expand further experience, use of the prior the data. The data tell us the pattern. Why the important the data? Data is giving us the pattern which is the preference or point of interest. That's important.
我在2018年发表的研究中有提到，智慧旅游的结构以及层次主要是由6个所构成的。那首先是基础建设层，也就是我们所居住的城市，这是智慧旅游的一个基础，那涵盖了实体和数位设施的一个建制。那第二个是技术层，主要是资料收集的核心，透过感测器等等收集数据与资讯。那接下来是资料处理与组织，那主要是需要一个能够去储存并且使用资料的系统，在应用于商业中。那再来是政治和治理层，需要政府去制定规则、法规以及标准。那最上层则是体验，指的就是我们旅客能够实际去感受到智慧旅游提供的好处。因此，当智慧旅游真正获得实现之后，我们就能够利用这些数据去观察出行为偏好中的规律，再将它作为推动旅游持续进化的一个关键动力。
So, let's talk about the current issue, AI powered for smart tourism. Okay, the Google trend in 2025, the biggest keyword, definitely AI. Since 2004, after the Google trend, Google is starting. The years 20 years later, the biggest, the keyword we are facing is AI and ChatGPT. And in the early of January this year is DeepSeek. So the Google trend show us the biggest paradigm is AI. Look at that. Terence Bond, CEO of NVIDIA, is Jensen Huang, right? I think he's 21st Jensen Huang. He is developed the NVIDIA chips. And another one is theoretically he developed a backpropagation algorithm, which is copied from the human brain works. And Jeffrey Hinton. So those two guys, one is a technologist, another is a theorist. And currently, this is situation right now.
好，那在过去几年 AI 领域，我认为最炙手可热的2个名字是黄仁勋以及 Geoffrey Hinton。那黄仁勋作为 NVIDIA 的执行长，我认为他可以被誉为21世纪的秦始皇，因为他打造了推动这整场 AI 革命的核心晶片。而 Geoffrey Hinton 教授他则开发了 AI 推理基础演算法，被称为深度学习之父。
So let's take a look into further how the AI works beyond the typical smart tourism. Actually, smart tourism, you open up your smartphone and click button Expedia, and the searching, you're finding out your hotel based on the online review, right? And there's a recommendation search for itinerary, typically provided by the apps. These apps connecting to your users and got into connecting with the ChatGPT. This is the role of AI. The AI control to where here database. Now we call that is a platform, cloud platform. Before, actually apps directly connecting to here database. The database is providing the apps and it goes to itinerary. But now in the middle, that is AI here. And the AI can operate by on top of the NVIDIA chips. That's why the NVIDIA chips is so vital.
在过去，我们会运用 Expedia 和 TripAdvisor 这些软体去进行旅游资料的搜集，像是行程以及景点等等。 那这个架构表示了生成式 AI 实际运作的一个方式。在过去，我们会利用 Apps 去选择资料，最终提供给旅游者。那现在则是在其中加入了 AI， 去透过它来推荐个人化的行程设计，让使用者的旅行体验可以更加的智慧与便捷。
Okay, look, users here. Me, traveler, citizens. Anyway, these users can search the Nvidia Expedia chips and connecting to the hotel. This is the way of work in Smart Tourism 2015. Now, 10 years later, this is ChatGPT here. So we connecting the ChatGPT and human-like conversation, and ChatGPT feedback to me, okay, and recommend me like a human and like a friend, like a advisor, and then this ChatGPT sooner or later integrate to the original database, Expedia, Kayak, and airplane, suppliers.
那智慧旅游主要是利用资讯科技来创造更好的方式，以提供旅游体验。左边这张是过去在2015年前的旅游资讯收集管道，而现在我们加入了 AI 等科技软体作为核心引擎来推动旅游的革新。
So the biggest difference between the smart tourism when we first IT enabled tourism, which is improved your tourism experience. Now 2025 is AI as a leverage core technology for your personal demanding, like a human advisor. Wow, this is so we call this agency, AI agent. Sooner or later, probably AI will guide you, advise you, and recommend you, and you are listening. Their advice. It's true. But now it's under developing on the standard. That's your standard here. But AI is in the below. So you are not accept all. But in the suddenly there is a point of singularity overcome their standard. Then you are moving forward to AI. Okay, research in tourism context. This is a paper I published this year, ChatGPT for travel planning and answering style. You know what? We are living in the competition world. Research professor, I want to be someone like a great professor. Well, and then people, Taiwanese network and elites pick me up and hey, come to Taiwan and introduce and presenting your papers. Why? Because I have a record, and this record is telling me who I am. So I keep working on, okay, paradigm shift. It's time to change my topic to artificial intelligence beyond the general one. When the COVID-19 comes to us, okay, let's do focus on COVID-19 research. You know what? We are the social scientists, not the natural scientists. Social scientist means, ingan, in is rin. It's two people get together. There is a social. That means we have to live among the people. That means among the people in the society. So, social scientists have to watching the changing of the world. And the paradigm shift is suddenly changing to AI. And I told my students, hey, stop. We move into the AI. And then published. And the paper is cited a lot. That increased my performance. And then become someone survivor of this tourism field. This is what we are living in this world. 真的学研究。
近期我发表了一篇有关生成式 AI 应用与旅游规划的文章。那在这个充满竞争力的年代呢，要成为一位好的教授，需要不断认真的努力。那我们人都是属于社会科技，所以我们会看着这个世界的改变。那 AI 的转变呢，也督促我们需要更加努力的往前进。
So look at that. This is a phenomenon. TripAdvisor, one of the very best the online platform, and they are tested beta version here. start a trip with AI. And I'm asking TripAdvisor, hey, I'm supposed to visit Taipei, so can you recommend Taipei, the itinerary? Then recommend. And then showing us the map where I should go. And this is the itinerary I'm supposed to visiting. And they have provided 3 different categories of online review. One is couples, another is family, third is solo. Tourism business is all quite different from typical division. Tourism business is going with whom? Solo, family, couples, okay? So like I'm doing research about the hotel in New York, Manhattan. The room is more expensive sold to the couples in window side. But family, not. They are on our side because it's less expensive. It's totally different. So tourism context, the AI recommend 3 different types of 4-star rating. You know what? Why? AI doesn't understand who the user is. So they are providing 3 different types, but good online review.
那近年来 TripAdvisor 作为全球最具影响力的一个线上评论平台，也开始提供由 AI 驱动的推荐功能，还有旅游规划服务。我使用了 TripAdvisor 的 AI 去询问有关台北的旅游资讯。那 AI 根据不同的旅客类型，分别是情侣、家人以及独旅3种类型，提供了我4星级以上的评论。而这3种类型的旅游模式相当的不同。所以表示 AI 在不知道旅伴情况的前提下，会依据不同的旅客类型来分类，并呈现评论内容给我，以提供更贴近我的需求的参考资讯。
So this is a paper I am currently working on. The phenomena I think AI as a tool or human. Some people think the AI is a human because it's a human-like conversation, listening my voice, and I'm ordering the AI, hey, change, update. And German and Hangul and English. They're listening my order, just like human. So AI as a human or machine. This is a phenomenon. So I put the AI perception as a human or machine with information transparency. So which is very best helpful to and changing the attitude and visiting intention. Look here. This is an experimental design I made. There is a review summary is all the same. But I put the perceived hotel is hotel. And powered by AI and powered by TripAdvisor. And people trust TripAdvisor review 5.67 at place. Way beyond AI. Means at this moment, people trust more TripAdvisor, which is provided by human input rather than AI, right? I don't believe that AI suggestion, but I asked AI and then got the idea of a type A, and then searching the TripAdvisor again. That's the way of. So first TripAdvisor, second hotel, third is AI.
那这是我研究的实验设计部分。左边这3张图，其中的文字提供的是完全相同的内容，但是从上到下依序是显示会有饭店、AI 以及 TripAdvisor 所提供的资讯。那透过右边这张图可以看出，旅客对于 TripAdvisor 和 AI 的相信程度有非常明显的差别。他们通常是相信人提供的结果大于 AI。
So look at that. When AI provides very valuable information and accurate information like this, artificial intelligence, the review summary based on 786 regional real-time review from 2019 to 2004. It's 5 years of review. They analyze it. And the low information, they just mention the summary based on 15 review out of the total 7,860. So 7,860 is the same condition, but this is a simple This is complicated and very detailed. And I take test the people who perceive the machine that they like more high transparency. They like this one. And if consider AI as a human, they don't care. High transparency and low transparency. There's no statistical difference. That means if somebody think and consider AI as a human, they are understanding and okay, I understand, and I understand your hallucination. You are like a human. You're like a friend. Doesn't matter accuracy or preciseness. But if AI is a tool for assisting me, then correct answer. That's important. That's I have found so far.
左边这两张图的差别在于资讯透明度的高低，上面的文字只有提供比较简短的资讯，那下面的文字有揭露更多详细的内容，像是上面有提到评论来源的年份资讯。那右边这张长条图显示，当使用者是将 AI 当作机器的时候，会对 AI 所提供的资讯透明度有很明显的重视，并影响他们的评价。而当 AI 被视作人类之后，使用者就不会对资讯的透明度太大的在意。
So, like what I told you, it's 10 years of date since 2015, now 2025. Once again, survival game. You know, survival in the maintain in smart tourism. I always shout, I am a father of smart tourism. And 2025, again, I'm father of smart tourism 2015. It's not fascinating anymore. It's a professionally survival game is keep working on every day. So I add here is a human intelligence here and human intelligence and artificial intelligence. Now it's time to collaborate and converge together. So we are living in this point here. AI, human, collaborate. This is hybrid intelligence. Yesterday, with Iris pinged me to the National the Museum, and I was so surprising. The long time ago, Zhou Dynasty, there's a big vessel, and there's a character inside, and the human, the docers, and interpreted the meaning of that is quite understandable, but I typing the ChatGPT and take photo and telling me the exact information and more tourist experience is understandable. What mean by? Wow. And that is artificial and human collaboration. This is actually positioned in the middle here. Actually, this is, I developed in 2014, it's a smart tourism. But I put the AI layer here. The AI supports whom? Users. However, the different thing is tourist and residents. So tourist and residents is just users, but using the same ChatGPT, Claude AI, Perplexity, and Google Gemini. It's the same. But another one is a governance layer is allowed or not and regulation. You know, AI these days is a lot of the problem of a privacy problem and the hallucination problem. We need a law and regulation. This is governance layer. And we apply the AI, goes to where? Data lake layer. It's all about the data game. And the data goes to where? Technological, it's immediate chips. Anyway, this data, again, go to business layer. So business layer, like a supplier, hotel, restaurant, and museum, they utilize AI layer as well. So why do we can say the AI as a revolutionary shift? It's not just a tool, because AI, two different users access the same tool. Supplier apply the same tool. So 2 by 2, they are using the same application, which is keep learning your demand, your ask, your request, and keep running and learning, and artificial intelligence is getting smart and smart, and providing your request, personal request, which is quite matching well, that means is people is depending on that AI. So AI will influence the metaverse as well. The metaverse is a virtual world and online world. Tourism is in the between, virtual and physical. The virtual is inspiring me. Now it's two-dimensional. YouTube is inspiring me, and Facebook, Instagram inspiring me. But the three dimensions is more inspiring and more engaged, more immersive than before. Just thing is a device is not mobile, device is not simple yet. But however, this metaverse is inspiring people to come to Taipei again. So sooner or later, this framework will suitable for AI and the smart tourism context, depending on the device. Actually, the Apple is announced, they introduced a Vision Pro, which is fantastic, really good, but too expensive, too heavy. But the advantage of the Apples is connection. Your smartwatch, your smartphone, and Vision Pro is all about connections. So connection means is your eye, your ear, your cat, everything is supported by the one device ecosystem. This is a phenomenon.
正如前述所说，我们需要不断的进步才能跟上现在的趋势。所以现在这个新的架构是我建立在前面所提到的2018年提出的架构之上，并且加入了 AI 的层面。那这个层面和其他的层面都有相关联性，例如像政治层面 ，AI 的隐私问题一直是一个很大的争议，那所以我们就需要一定的法规来管制这个部分。那其实与过去都是同样的供应的模式，只是我们现在将它换成了 AI， 而现在我们正处于一个人工智慧还有人类智慧结合的年代，所以如何将这些东西连接起来并应用它是一个很重要的议题。
Okay, so I categorize three things in tourism context. Smart tourism application with AI. First one is a curating service with content curation. And second is information related management, like product information management. Third is concierge services chatbot. So three things will be a key role player in smart tourism.
在旅游情境中 ，AI 预计会扮演3个主要的角色。首先是在内容的生成，那其次则是在提供产品资讯以及支援行销的工作部分，最后则是透过聊天机器人去提供旅游资讯。
So, I did ask ChatGPT. I'm going to visit Jeju Island 2 days, and then first dance here. You know, the ChatGPT is prompt engineering, and we keep asking. Okay, the biggest concern of tourism business is budget and time. So I'm asking the ChatGPT, adding the time here, and he listening my demand and my order. That's the phenomenon. Well, he's listening my order.
这是我请 AI 提供我去济州岛2天旅游的行程。那它最大的能力莫过于能够理解我们人类的语言，并做出相应的回应。那举例来说，左边这张图是我请它提供的资讯，可以看出 AI 在提供资讯时并没有附上时间的资讯，因此我再次下达指令。而右边这张图显示出各个行程点的时间，所以 AI 它可以透过与我快速以及准确的互动，提供我的体验感还有效率。
So, this is Naver Globe, the one biggest the database in Korea, and the most Koreans that use this Naver Globe to understand the tourism situation. And this is definitely the information supplied by humans. And hello.
在韩国 Naverblog 它是最具影响力的旅游资讯管道，它可以提供我们饭店的评论、行程的推荐等等综合资讯。
It's definitely inspired further by picture. And I'm asking again TripAdvisor about Jeju Island, South Korea. And TripAdvisor right now provides this kind of itinerary.
这张图是我请 TripAdvisor 的 AI 生成的济州岛旅游推荐内容。那右边的文字的是它提供出的资讯。
So, I visualization 3 different information source onto mapping. And purple, ChatGPT. And green, neighbor. And TripAdvisor, yellow. The TripAdvisor usually used by foreign visitors. And neighbor definitely domestic Koreans. And ChatGPT. The things is now, what happened? 3 different information tourism information source are quite different, and they point out different point of interest, which means is now evolutionizing which one is suitable for yourself. We cannot trust it yet.
我将 Naver、TripAdvisor 还有 ChatGPT 系统的推荐结果放在地图上，进行了一个图像化的比较。紫点指的是 ChatGPT， 绿点则是 Naver 提供的内容，红点是 TripAdvisor。透过这张图，我们可以看出每个资讯管道所提供的结果都没有重叠到，这表示它们之间存在显著的差异。所以我们还不能完全相信并依赖其中一种管道。
Look at that here, the peak point of the Hara Mountain. The TripAdvisor told us the foreign visitors come to Jeju Island to climb the symbolic place of Jeju. Never get. So Koreans don't go up to the mountains. Okay, this is the last slide. Thank you for your patience. Okay, and this is air-powered smart tourism 2.0. What is the biggest difference in smart tourism original and smart tourism updated 2.0? Is utilizing AI for, as a core technology, and pretty much engaged with travelers and suppliers, and users categorize travelers and residents. So supplier and users are using the same application. Thank you. And different users, residents and travelers is a different context, but using the same application. That means this is engaged with travelers both physical and virtual together alike. And I provide a Maslow hierarchy of human needs. First is a physiological needs. Physiological, hungry is physiological. And sleepy is a physiological. And there's, I want to have a baby. Yes, there's a physiological. 3 elements is from the beginning of the human nature. And that is functional hospitality. Robot delivering your food to the hotel. I don't talk to robot. It's just a errand and a simple processing. It's a functional and physiological proceed. And second, safety needs, operational hospitality. Like emphasize consistent safety, like automobile lighting and temperature. Okay, here is a quite good temperature, and I can talk to the AI, hey, reduce the temperature. If they say yes or no and reduce the temperature, that means make me happy. That is a safety needs, operational. And third is social hospitality. But once again, travel business is getting together with a family, with a friends, with a couple. And social hospitality with staff and technology interaction together. Okay, some people like people support. Some people like avoid people and click button and processing. So depending on the situation, people collaborate with staff and technology and support people, emotional connection. Okay, like avatars here. And avatar is a very beautiful, the conscious woman is treat me, I feel happy. And the man, very handsome man, and treat the Iris, Iris, hi, and she make me feel happy. There is a social hospitality. Connection includes is a front desk agent have visually appear to you. And the personalization hospitality. You know what? They personalized. I'm a VIP. I send the airplane ticket, and hey, pick me up to at the airport. I feel happy because she considers me as a VIP. I want to be treated by AI like VIP. That means a VIP guest is receiving customized service by AI. Finally, self-actualization. Okay, you know, my dream is going somewhere, someplace. It's dignity, thoughtful design, reflecting my idea and thought and my identity. That's the actualization. You know what? This is people living together with a pet. And pet is listening my voice well. You know, my son is never listen my demand. He never contacted even Father's Day, Mother's Day, me and my wife are angry. Wow, how can you didn't contact me on Father's Day, Mother's Day? And I'm busy. What the hell? But Pat is listening me and take care of me and smiling beside me. Someday, you know, Pat is too expensive to take care of. If Pat has cancer, it is thousands of dollars for, you know, payoff. But Pat with AI, there's no need money. But the Pat is maybe with AI, keep talking with you with a very beautiful, you know, Android and AI understanding. And even my wife, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, you know, this is a reflection of your hospitality. So the level of hospitality context, we need different type of AI. Thank you very much. I precisely like AI stop here. This is my paper journal Smart Tourism, and this is Chormo TV, access to me, and this will be produced in YouTube. Thank you for listening my lecture. 谢谢你。
谢谢。
Sorry, I have forgotten. You wanna? Okay. Just 1 minute to explain.
好，今天的简报是要解释我们如何将 AI 应用于产业中。那根据马斯洛需求的层次理论，我们的需求从基本的生理需求，逐步到最高层次的自我实现需求。那各个需求都可以与科技结合来提供服务在产业中。那最后就是我们回顾了智慧旅游过去10年的演变历程，也探讨了 AI 时代下智慧旅游2.0的概念与潜力。然后感谢各位的聆听以及关注。
谢谢 Churro Ku 教授的精彩分享。现在为提问时间，如有疑问，欢迎提出。
Thank you, Dr. Ku. We now have a Q&A session.
Okay, thank you, Professor Ku, for the very inspiring, very interesting topics. So I'm now switching to bilingual. So 欢迎大家现在看看有没有什么问题想要问 Dr. Ku 的，中文、英文都可以，我可以帮忙翻译。大家有问题吗？嘿 ，Yes.
Thank you, Professor. And I find this a very interesting topic, and I was always interested in exploring this smart tourism. And I have small questions. One is about the definition of smart tourism in different with the e-tourism or creative tourism. Because I read many journal papers that have discussed different type of this kind of tourism. So what is the differences and some things that overlap in the theory definition? And the second question is about how it applied in the real situations in tourism and hospitality management. I find that most of the journal articles they discuss about very theoretical implications, but actually when I visit the hotels or the theme park or any tourist destination, that's not really AI or smart tourism was implied, right? Yeah. So
This is
what's
a
your
very good
answer?
question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shimonisha. Okay, definition of smart tourism. Searching the Wikipedia. That's the definition of the smart tourism. Wikipedia tells the definition of the smart tourism, which is mine. Okay. Anyway, smart tourism once again, its definition is IT enabled tourism. For what? Improve your tourist experience. This is a simple definition. Okay, there is a quite number of stuff, IT, embodied platform, and the stakeholder operation, whatever. It's too long. Just IT assisted your tourism experience, and then you feel more comfortable, feel more convenient, efficient, and satisfied. That's a definition of smart tourism, I guess. Second, you said talking about academia point of view and practical point of view, which is quite true. But academia we are focusing on making conceptual idea, and academia is provide the framework. Academia is hypothetical argument and speculation. What is the goal of a philosophy? We are philosophy of doctor. Philosophy is a look at the vision and talking about the hypothetical argument. So the philosophy is not the true or known. It's a visionary comment. That's the philosophy. Like Aristotle and Socrates and those guys and Zhuangzi and Kongzi, they are our philosophy and delivered to the modern society, which is a huge impact. So philosophy of academia is like inspiring your idea rather than actual processing. So practitioners of business they have to make money using technology. So they have to operate real one from the bottom of the processing to the increasing the users satisfaction, which is related to the money and economic point of view. So role of academia and role of practitioner is quite different. But the long term, if you understand very well of a theoretical point of view, which means understanding human nature, they are linked to practitioners. Like a TripAdvisor. He made the TripAdvisor website because he feel like, okay, nobody told me where I have to go with my wife. It's quite stressful to finding out some place to visit. The TripAdvisor owner is a computer scientist. Like Airbnb, the guy has been to California and then he found out the too expensive hotel. Never found the cheap one. Everything is booked. And he got the idea, okay, let's make additional work or the place sharing. And he made that platform, which actually not inspired by philosophy. It's just a demand he asking. And then made it. And with philosophy and the professors, they catch up their business model and producing their academic paper. So it's quite complicated, point of view. Anyway, there's a role of academia and role of philosophy is quite different from the one. But once again, the last point, I'm quite disappointed of that the application embedded in a hotel or I'm studying is a smart tourism, bad side, smart tourism, brainwashing. Brainwashing is appreciating their people is, so smart tourism washing, which is I promise to good, application, but actually no, there is a smart tourism washing. That's the answer for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, any other questions from the floor? 还有其他人想要问问题吗 ？OK， 那我先问一个问题啊，我先用中文 let me explain in Chinese first。刚刚大家都有看到，他有提到我们现在他刚刚有做一个实验，他尝试在去问 ChatGPT 帮他去设计一个行程。 那我们再想一下，要是未来当所有不同的平台，刚刚他有示范 Navia、ChatGPT 跟 TripAdvisor， 他们显示出来的行程都会有不一样的地方。但是要是未来大家都开始每个平台都开始用 AI 之后，那些 AI 共用的共同的数据库，那生出来的行程会不会大家都很一样？那会不会未来所有人都偏向于跑去同一个地方？好像京都现在都变成 overtourism， 现在非常非常的严重。要是这样子的话，那 AI 会不会影响到我们未来也会那个 overtourism 的状况会越来越严重？Okay, I have a question for you because you have a research on asking to compare 3 different platforms, the itinerary planning. So we can see your result looks very different. But now, if later on, if all these platforms are sharing the same database using similar AI systems, the island you show for Jeju Island. So if we find out AI try to give similar results, they are sharing the same database, then I start worry about it will make certain places over tourism become getting more and more serious. Just like Kyoto. Everyone are fancy about Japan, so they believe Kyoto is a very good place to visit. But if all the platforms start using AI, they're sharing the same database, the result may be getting more and more similar. So how do you feel about this, the issue about over-tourism?
That's quite important and critical question. Actually, the tourism is people perceive, enjoy, perceive the object. Object include the destination, restaurant, and things to do, things to see. And the people want to see those beautiful ones. It's in nature. It's a human instinct. So people looking at the information and that I want to go, and the people rushing the place. No, I don't want to restaurant, the vacant. It's true. So TripAdvisor and a information system recommend the same place, and the people rushing and take photo right over there. It is true. So we cannot resolve that conflict by human nature and information and their inspiration. So we call this over-tourism. We generated that kind of over and the anti-pro-environment tourism sort of things. It is true. But anyway, there are pro and cons as well there. The AI probably provides a solution for resolving this conflict. Probably AI someday will advise you if you go to that right now, it's too much people, and you'd better go other place once the people is less there. So the AI and application is a way of searching the good place to go. However, the AI also can be a solution for protecting their over-tourism. Once again, the engineers are developing AI, but they don't understand the hospitality context. They don't understand their moral obligation and ethical obligations. That we're using these days the electric vehicles rather than personal vehicles. And we educate the people do not use fossil fuel vehicle anymore because it's make a climate change, it's over-tourism, sort of things. So hospitality context is educate and teaching the people way of thinking, way of thought. So like monks and monks, they educate me the way of treat people among people. So hospitality business nowadays have to be educated consumers and travelers who favor pro-environmental behavior and action and choice. That's why it's so important, corporate responsibility strategy and ESG, environment, social, and governance. This is all about the direction toward the future for protecting the earth we are living in. So I think it's AI can be a tool, can be exaggerator, can be a protector.
Thank you so much, very inspiring. Okay, so any more questions? So I think we are almost running out of time, and I believe every one of you are very hungry now. So okay, let's have a big round of applause for thank you, Professor Chen Fu. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for coming. So,
谢谢楚谋库教授。大会准备了感谢状，有请梁静文教授为我们颁发。
We would like to invite Professor Liang to present a certificate of appreciation to Dr. Cho Mo Koo.
okay, another one.
此外，大会也准备了感谢状授予本场次引言人梁静文教授，有请雷指挥教授代表颁发。
We would also like to present a certificate of appreciation to Professor Liang.
再次感谢楚谋库教授及梁静文教授。